This woman was abandoned by her husband. She went out into the world alone, raising 2 daughters and struggling to make a living. In the end, she came to be respectfully known as the dumpling queen. She relied on her own skills. She set up a stall on the street to sell dumplings. But after a whole day of calling out, she watched the bustling trade at the stalls around her. Hers alone remained quiet and empty. Her voice had gone hoarse, yet not a single customer had come. She felt deeply disheartened. She kept shutting herself hoarse until the evening, but not a single dumpling had been sold. The local weather was scorching hot. When the woman picked up the dumplings, she saw they were no longer fit to eat. Silently, she packed them away, tears of anguish streaming down her face. She poured them all into the bin without a moment's hesitation. One day, a customer finally came to her dumpling stall, but the woman noticed that he was eating only the filling, spitting out all the wrappers. She hurried over to ask why. Through their conversation, she came to understand the problem. Her dumplings were made in the style of her hometown, with wrappers that were too thick for the locals' taste. After the customer left, the woman looked at the leftover wrappers in the bowl, studying them carefully to work out what had gone wrong. That night after returning home, she set about improving the dumpling wrappers. She rolled the dough again and again, making it thinner and thinner, until it was so fine that candlelight could shine through it, and the texture became ever more springy and satisfying. Once the improvements were made, she quickly asked her daughter, who had just come home from school, to taste the difference. But after trying one, the girl shook her head and said it tasted just the same as before. This left the woman feeling utterly disheartened, but she didn't lose heart. The next day, she went to a busy wonton shop in the area. She brought out her dumplings and asked the owner for their opinion. After tasting them, they said they were delicious. Then the woman took out some wonton wrappers and asked how they were made. The owner was very kind and came straight out with the key tip: add live water. The woman took this advice and hurried home to try it out. But when she finished, the dumplings had taken on a strange taste. Then her eyes fell on the table salt beside her. Salt, she knew, could make the dough more elastic. And with the right proportions, it could also balance out the alkaline taste. A few hours later, she took a bite of her newly improved dumplings. After tasting them, she was thoroughly pleased. Once the improved dumplings were back on the stall, everyone who tried them was full of praise. Crowds gathered in ring after ring around the cart. Business took off in an instant, but not long after. The local gang leader, seeing how well her business was doing, came with a group of his men to demand protection money. He even laid his hands on her 2 daughters. To protect the children, the woman grabbed a kitchen knife, ready to fight him with utter disregard for her own safety. This scene left the gang leader momentarily stunned. It suddenly reminded him of his own mother, who had once fought desperately to protect him in the very same way. Her courage moved him deeply. Then he picked up a pair of chopsticks and asked her to cook him a bowl of dumplings. The gang leader was so pleased with the dumplings that he ordered a bowl for each of his men. The woman, thinking they would not pay, quietly wiped away her tears. To everyone's surprise, after finishing his meal, the gang leader paid up willingly. He also waived the protection money. Before leaving, he placed an order for 500 dumplings. From then on, he became her regular, large-scale customer and never caused any trouble again. With the crisis resolved, the woman's dumpling business